Whoa. Let's see how far I can get. Fuck. Hi. Hi, everyone. It is me, Tuxedo Mask. DARIEN here, or evening wear hide, I guess. And today, I don't know how close or how far away I am to the shooter. You know? So anyway, the first thing we're going to talk about here today is that, so as most folks know, we've been doing this for about 10 years. And that is a long time to do something like this. You know, to be making films about Sailor Moon, a long-running Sailor Moon fairway. I don't know if anyone else out there has done this over 10 years, maybe even more. Now, a lot of folks always ask us, like, sorry for that coughing there, that isn't what folks ask. They go, well, why is it that, sorry, do this film again. Now, this is what I'm going to say. All right, so many folks out there always ask us, they'll say, well, DARIEN, Tuxedo Mask, or Evening Coat Hide, why are you always helping Sailor Moon out all the time in her fights during the first following and halfway into the fifth following of the show? And the answer is that Sailor Moon, or Aldeling Serena, or Aldeling Serenity, whatever you want to call her, is not really a fighter. Now, yes, she can fight. Don't get me wrong. She can fight. But herself, her mindset and stand, she wasn't really a fighter. And if you stop to think of it in the past, in the Moon Kingdom and the Earth Kingdom, young Queen Aldeling Serenity, or Aldeling Serena, was not even Sailor Moon. There was no Sailor Moon until she awakened in between 92 YL. And I mostly had to help her in a lot of her fights. And a lot of folks like to scathe that and say, oh, DARIEN, Tuxedo Mask, Evening Coat Hide, how dare you help her? You know, like scathe me for not, for helping her. Or scathe me for the ways I go by helping her. They're like, you're worthless. All you do is throw that rose, or whatever the English word for it is. Well, sometimes I do fight. Sometimes I take out that long staff or stick or whatever it is, and sometimes I will fight the foe. I will sometimes have a sword fight, a staff sword fight. I will sometimes even knock that foe down. And a lot of folks like to say that Nako Takaguchi made me out, made all the sailor fighters, free and, and be strong and not need to have anyone to help them. But even if that's true, getting help does not make you weak. And I helped Sailor Moon out of many times, And a lot of folks always say, yeah, well, you get beat up a lot. You get taken a lot. Shit, you get brainwashed a lot. No, I only got brainwashed once, and that was in the between 90 YL Sailor Moon once. Yeah, in the books, most likely 2 times. And the 2004 between FYL Sailor Moon, yeah, it happened to me 2 times, but we're talking about the Deacon Cloverway world. It only happened to me once. Yes, I got taken by the Dark Kingdom 1 time. Yes, Fiore, however you say that name right, if you say that for Latinist French's borrowed name right, took me in the first film, kidnapped me in the first film. But after that didn't really happen anymore. And every offshoot of Sailor Moon, Deke, Cloverway, Viz, mostly offshooting from Toei. He's in Renaissance Atlantic Entertainment or New Birth, Great Sea Glee, Sailor Moon. Me helping her out is what I do, you know? And I know that a lot of folks out there scoffed at or put me down for saying, oh, you didn't do enough. And sometimes all really you need to do is tell someone to believe in themselves, or you believe in them, or you trust in them, and that will give them enough boldness and fearlessness to fight back. Because we all know Sailor Moon does have the strength inside of her to fight, but sometimes she gets frightened and in a bind. And it is good to hear that someone has your back, or someone says, hey, you can do this, or I trust in you, or I believe in you. So there's nothing wrong with me helping out Sailor Moon, and why some of the Sailor Moon followers out there scoff that is way beyond me. Now, a lot of folks are going to say, oh, Nako Takiguchi made you dumb, or the showrunner who, made you dumb and weak and made it where the sailor fighters were more stronger and they didn't need anyone to watch their back. So they kind of casted you as that, comes in at the right time and helps out and then leaves. Well, that isn't anything wrong with me. And then some folks say the showrunner of Toei or whatever, who was overseeing the show at the time, didn't like me. So they didn't give me so much of self-crafting or self-growth as they did for all the other selves in the Sailor Moon show. And I know some folks out there are going to say that, that I don't know what I'm talking about or whatever. Now, it's true that the Sailor Fighters all have their strengths and their might, and I don't have any of that. At least not in the 9 between 90 YL1. And the funny books and the 2000 YL Sailor Moon, I do got one strength. And that one strength is known as Tuxedo Smoking Bomber, or evening wear smoking fire shot? I don't know. I don't even know, to be earnest with you. But that's it. And I know at the end of the day, a lot of folks out there wonder, well, why did I leave by the five following, known as Sailor Stars or Stars? Well, I was written out of it. Because I was going to go work. I was going to go learn. I was going to go to the 4-1 Reichs to be, to do some learning. And then the sky ship got taken and Sailor Galaxia slain me, and then I was dead for the rest of that following, and Sailor Moon Serena didn't know. And even in PGSM, I do go from, instead of going to the 4-1 Reichs, I go to the 4-1 Kingdom, for a little while there to learn again. A lot of folks like to say, did that happen in the books? Yeah, I believe so. I believe it did happen in the drawing books, I believe. Now, at the end of the day, a lot of folks ask us one more thing about me before I end this film, is that why do you look like why are you clothed like some kind of spellcaster, spellbinder? I don't know. I know in the Moon Kingdom, I was clothed like this, but I didn't wear my hat. The hat didn't come into being at least until the 9 between 90 YL one at Toei did. I know in the books and then 2004 between of Sailor Moon drawing show, I don't really wear a hat. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And by the time I became Aldeling, and by the time I became King Endymion, or King Darien of New Heaven, New Earth, the hat was gone. If you like this film, then give me a thumbs up. And also don't forget to share and playlist. Watch the other film we made early this morning with Sailor Moon over here. Don't forget to share this film too and hit that ringer so you know when the next upload, live stream, or short's been done. Tuxedo Mask, Evening Wear Hide, Darien. I'll see you later.